All right, thank you, everybody. Welcome to our latest Kaplan Medical webinar. We appreciate you joining us today while we discuss Kaplan's newest addition to our products, the Kaplan AI Tutor. On our webinar today, we will take a look behind the scenes here at Kaplan Medical and show you our process of leveraging AI to maximize outcomes. Please utilize the chat for any questions. If we're not able to answer them in the chat, we should have time at the end to discuss. Your host for today's webinar are myself, Dr. Jonathan Bruner, and my colleague, Dr. John Bloodworth. I'm the Executive Director for Institutional Medical Programs here at Kaplan Medical. I'm an osteopathic physician, board certified in neuromusculoskeletal medicine and osteopathic manipulative medicine, with over 20 years of experience in both medical education and the clinical settings. I joined Kaplan team 5 years ago to be in an even greater position to help medical students and institutions obtain their goals and reach their highest potential, ultimately leading to more access to higher quality medical care.
And I'm Dr. John Bloodworth, Executive Director of Medical Products. I joined Kaplan right after med school in 2010. And what drew me to Kaplan was the passion across many teams working together to create our content and courses. From developing our books and videos to designing live online classes and assessment items, our focus has always been on helping students and schools succeed. Today, that passion has led us to the forefront of a major shift, the emergence of AI. We're now leveraging the possibilities that AI offers to enhance our products with new, effective capabilities. Innovations are first being validated by student interest and behavior, then, and most importantly, by metrics that align with better educational outcomes. Thank you for joining us today to learn just how far we've come and what we have in store.
Our journey today will take you through the star of our show, our Kaplan AI Tutor. We'll go over the who, what, when, and why of our newest product offering and share with you some of the success we've already seen. We'll start by lifting back the curtain a bit and showing you our AI processes, followed by a live demonstration of how the product works, flowing into the data behind its importance and how students are using it. Lastly, we'll cover related future initiatives.
So, how did we get started? A team of AI and platform engineers was assembled at Kaplan last year to work with content teams like ours to address and implement AI tools that solve problems, specifically address pain points or inefficiencies in how students study intensively across many types of content, differentiate capacities, to combine something that students might already be using outside of our products within our products to make the two seamless and synergistic, and iterate progressively. Start, but don't stop, improving features to better serve students and schools. So last year, our customer insights team surveyed students on their use of AI to supplement their learning. AI chat was a common response, with students saying they use it to get on-demand answers to questions, clarify doubts, have it answer very specific questions, and among other things, gain a better grasp of subject matter. Knowing that students were using AI as a tutor, students said in open-ended responses that if provided with one to prepare for their exam, they would look to it for explanation clarity and conciseness, quiz and test practice, and assessment of strengths and weaknesses. With these aspects in mind, Kaplan's AI team set out to develop a tool that would mimic a tutor in the most efficient and effective ways possible. How is this done? By training a large language model on specialized instructions, prompts typical of a student preparing for boards, and configuring it with the ability to read what's on the screen, our LLM uses our content to generate text-based responses to provide students with a USMLE expert to provide responses to students like a USMLE expert would, and do so contextually by analyzing what's on the screen to engage in a helpful conversation. AI Tutor prioritizes Kaplan's USMLE knowledge base and the understanding that information is meant to prepare students for a medical board exam. The advantages of Kaplan's AI Tutor are numerous. Students are able to use it for instant feedback, immediate explanations to clarify both right and wrong answers, deep dive learning, in-depth topic insights for a more thorough review when asked, step-by-step explanations, guided learning to improve performance and test taking, exam-focused assistance, provide performance-based recommendations, study planning, additional similar multiple choice questions when asked, flashcard content, and whatever someone would normally seek from AI. Last but not least, there's multilingual support. Responses come in the same language of the prompt. Now, let's get to what we're all waiting for here. Let's switch over to a product with AI Tutor to see it in action.
Kaplan Medical is excited to introduce a powerful new tool to support your learning, AI Tutor. Using generative AI in an interactive conversational workflow, Kaplan's AI Tutor offers on-demand, personalized support to enhance your learning and performance. Think of AI Tutor as your in-course expert, available to explain any concept that sparks your curiosity or leaves you feeling stuck. If you have a question about a particular assessment item or just want to dig deeper, click the purple K icon in the bottom right and AI Tutor will open up. Type your prompt and you're on your way. Want another exam-like question about a topic while reviewing a quiz, a set of flashcards to learn from, or advice on what to study next? AI Tutor is your medical board expert, ready to guide you on your journey to content mastery and greater confidence on test day. After responding to a question, AI Tutor will suggest follow-up prompts to help you dive even deeper. Just click a prompt to explore further, or type your own question to keep learning. Want to pick up where you left off? You'll find past conversations a click away in the left menu. Would you prefer to learn in another language? AI Tutor is ready to respond in the same language as your prompt. So go ahead and give AI Tutor a try. Ask the questions you need help with, explore concepts that spark your interest, and dive deeper into key topics. With you in control, AI Tutor will be there for you every step of the way. Thank you for choosing Kaplan.
So what you have here is one of our clinical Q banks showing a hypothetical quiz that has been taken. You can see the student has scored 6 out of 10 questions correctly on a diverse set of topics. You can also see at the top how long was spent on the quiz and if any answer choices were changed. They were not for this quiz. At the bottom, you can see a breakdown by categories and review the questions that are correct or incorrect. And then on the right side of each question, there is a review button that will take the students back to the question to learn more. On the bottom right-hand corner, you will notice there is a purple thought bubble with a Kaplan K in it. This is where students will access AI Tutor, as you just saw in the demonstration. Once within AI Tutor, they can interact with it in any way they see fit, and it is able to collaborate that with their quiz performance. Using the concepts from the key advantages slide that Dr. Bloodworth just presented, for instance, with instant feedback, they can interact with what they're seeing here and ask, what additional areas should I study? Based on that response, Kaplan AI Tutor will provide a set of suggestions, such as focus more on social sciences, multi-system nutrition and poisoning, respiratory system, and general principles, which were all related to the questions that were within this quiz. It also provides study strategies such as targeted review, active practice, and concept reinforcement. And at the end of each one of these responses is some sort of motivation to continue to keep the student engaged in their learning. Another example with the key advantages slide was deep dive learning. So for instance, the student could ask, tell me why they got question 2 wrong in this quiz. And our Kaplan AI Tutor will dive deep into that question and give them responses as to why specifically they may have gotten that question wrong. For instance, misinterpretation of the scenario or a knowledge gap. And then even here, it also recommends the student hadn't spent enough time reviewing the quiz. And it also provides suggested next steps like revisiting the question explanations, which we'll see here in a minute, study other topics, and then practice similar questions. You'll notice here at the bottom, every single search that is entered into the Kaplan AI Tutor will then provide 3 suggested next steps based on other students' interactions with the product, all engaging the student in the product and continuing to learn and improve outcomes. Moving along with the key advantages, if we go into question 2, from here you can actually be within the question and go ahead and interact with Kaplan's AI Tutor even more in depth. So when you get into the second question, we could ask, okay, given what's in this vignette of this question, please explain how to reach the correct answer. And it's going to give you a very detailed answer. You got to reach the correct answer, which would be, it'll talk about how to points to consider, including the statistical effects and maybe the negative predictive value for this particular question. Also, we'll go into the logic breakdown of each one of the specific answer choices to help that student understand why we answer what's correct and or incorrect, coming to the eventual conclusion. Going back to those key advantages, another thing can be exam-focused assistance. So ask me a similar question. Kaplan AI Tutor will go ahead and create a similar question to what was in here to again reinforce this learning of the concepts associated with this question. You can go ahead and give that answer, and it will walk through again why it was, how the best way to approach this question to get it correct and give the correct answers is similar to what you were seeing in the previous search. Again, diving deeper into this in exam-focused assistance, you could ask create flashcards on this topic, and it goes ahead and creates 12 different flashcards here. For instance, flashcard 4 here, the front would be a define true positive in diagnostic testing, and then the answer for the back of the flashcard would be here. The students could go ahead and make flashcards from that. And then that last key advantage we spoke about was multilingual support. Present this question to me in Spanish. Here it is right here, completely translated, and the Kaplan AI Tutor can completely interact in multiple different languages, almost any language that you can think of. And again, you're seeing at the bottom here, 3 different suggestions of the next step based on what we've seen from other students that have been utilizing this product. One other option that I wanted to kind of show here is if we go to a question that has an image in it, you can go ahead and ask the Kaplan AI Tutor, please explain the image in question 1. And it will go ahead and then give you a detailed explanation of that image, that it's a CT scan and everything that you'd find in it. To, again, if there was something in that image that the student was missing and needed some more clarification, it is able to provide that. Engagement is one of the most common reasons our research has shown that students struggle to reach their goals. Whether it is losing interest in the material or finding it frustrating to locate an answer, students are quickly losing interest. Using board exam preparation as an example, what you are seeing here in this graphic is what we call the Kaplan Medical Prep Cycle. This cycle starts with the blue arrow labeled Content Review, which is material being taught either at your school or board prep resources such as our videos, books, or live online courses. During this process, difficult concepts will arise that will lead students to search for additional information. Previously, students would need to search through many different materials, leading to an inefficient learning process. Now, with AI Tutor, students are able to obtain this information much more quickly and move on to additional topics. This new capability lays an even stronger foundation for when the question practice begins. This question practice is where the AI integration really starts to show its importance. This is an ongoing cycle that involves practicing questions, reviewing the results of those questions, and then using the results to improve learning. At each step of this process, integrating our AI keeps students on task and focused within this cycle to maximize outcomes. For instance, after reviewing the correct and incorrect answers for a question, if there is still any confusion, AI is able to quickly provide that additional clarifying information. Another example is when students are using their results to determine next steps. AI is able to review their work and quickly suggest additional information to strengthen their performance. The strategic adoption of AI in medical exam prep doesn't diminish the human element. It amplifies it in many different ways. You see a few of those examples on this slide. By keeping students engaged on the prep cycle, it will improve scores and continue to increase pass rates for your institution. This, of course, ensures high residency match rates as well. Utilizing this cutting-edge technology is not only effective for your students, but it also shows your institution's dedications to your students' success, attracting prospective students and strengthening your institution's reputation. Kaplan AI Tutor drives not just more work completed, but more targeted work that enables institutions to more quickly identify at-risk students and customize interventions with real-time insights. And potentially the most important benefit of our new AI tool is how, through driving efficient learning, it frees up time for institutions to provide additional real-world clinical applications with your students. Overall, this new product enhancement frees educators to focus on what they do best: teaching, mentoring, and inspiring students. Building this great new tool is helpful, but how do we show how helpful it is and use that information to leverage future advantages? This key results model pyramid breaks down our approach. We first start by collecting leading data metrics, including not just the completion of activities, but how quickly students are able to digest the material and improve their overall performance. From there, we use those metrics to guide us to areas where we should be seeing more student engagement and measure how often that is happening as well. All of this information will lead up to studying the ultimate result, which is to increase exam scores and remove barriers to medical students matching with their desired residency spot. We first launched a similar AI tutor product for our Kaplan MCAT products in the fall of 2024 and have reached the second tier of that key results pyramid, engagement. The chart on your screen shows a randomized group of students that did have access to AI Tutor in the light blue and compared it to the Kaplan product usage for a similar group that did not have access to AI Tutor in the dark blue. On average, there was a 20% increase in questions attempted and an incredible 24% increase in overall activities completed. We are currently in the process of collecting data for the top tier of that pyramid, outcomes. While our early data is looking quite promising, this is not surprising with the increased engagement that we see here. The bar graph you're seeing here is depicting the amount of searches broken down by topic over the last 90 days. You can see a high amount of searches of questions related to overall medicine, but also a focus on physiology, anatomy, and hematology. Interestingly, we've been able to correlate spikes in topic searches to what is being covered in Kaplan's medical live instruction, which again shows how this is able to keep students engaged and learning. Going back to one of our key advantages, multilingual support, you can see here that students are taking advantage of this by searching for topics in multiple different languages. How are students using AI Tutor? This is a list of the 10 most recent searches by students at the time of this presentation. This is just a small snapshot of all the things Kaplan AI Tutor can do and is being used for, but you can see anything from clarifying difficult concepts to creating flashcards. There are no limitations to what you can ask our AI tutor to do, and of course, you can always rely on an up-to-date, factually correct response. At this point, I'll pass it back to Dr. Bloodworth to talk about our future AI initiatives.
Thanks, John. So Kaplan's AI Tutor is now available in all of our USMLE and Comlex QBank products. That includes QBank itself, on demand, live online, and tutoring. It's been introduced where students prefer it the most, namely the quiz and question review pages, but work's already underway to make it available throughout the prep cycle, the one that John went over earlier. Eventually, with additional configuration, a student's AI tutor will be connected to their overall performance and product usage, as well as the content of our videos and questions to offer even more precise study plan guidance, both when asked and proactively, to ensure a student's aware of areas in need of further review. It's been great to see the progress made so far to equip students with an impactful AI tutor experience that we're now measuring. Much more awaits as we continue to leverage AI's emerging capabilities to make the experience and its benefits even more than we can imagine right now. So with that, I'll turn things over to Julie Montz, Kaplan's Director of Medical Sales. Hey, Julie.
Hi, John. Thank you. Hi, I'm Julie Montz. And if you would like to explore more on how to get AI Tutor in front of your students, please reach out to me at julie.montz@kaplan.com. In addition to AI Tutor, Kaplan offers a variety of comprehensive options to support your students and institutions, such as video lectures. We recently released secure, full-length simulated exams at Prometric centers. We also now offer personalized one-to-one tutoring, and we have customizable, flexible scheduling for live review courses. If any of this is of interest to you, again, please reach out to me at julie.montz@kaplan.com and would love to talk to you. Thank you.